In the book Herd Mentality, in chapter 2, Leadership Lessons from the Herd, one of the things we focus on is some of the basic things that we've watched when we're watching these guys, these horses work, and how they connect into the workplace. Here's one of the things that the horses have taught us. Change is change. Okay? Change is change, period. Right? And in today's work environment, whether you're a for-profit or non-profit, change is constant. No one likes change, but change is constant, right? Even the people that say they love change, they still kind of get freaked out a little bit about change, right? And so Cletus here, it was funny, one time when we were redoing the paddocks, because the paddocks had, through the winter, had gotten all these holes in them where they dug in and were moving around. And so brought in fresh sand, and I poured fresh sand and layered out over the whole thing. Cletus comes around, it's time for dinner, he comes trotting around, and as soon as he sees the sand, the new sand on the thing, it is all stop, okay? You know, he's like looking at it, and he stops and he just stares. Now, if that was an employee, you'd be going, well, hang on, I just gave you fresh sand. It's beautiful sand. It's actually better sand than the sand that we had before. I've updated your work environment. Isn't this wonderful, right? Well, now Cletus isn't saying the sand's not wonderful. Cletus is saying the sand's different. The sand is change. So anytime you put any kind of change into your company, you need to give your employees a chance to adjust and adapt. You cannot assume when they put all 4 brakes on, like Cletus does, that he doesn't like it. And he gives it a second, he takes a beat, and then he comes in on the sand and he goes, oh, this is actually kind of nice. This is actually kind of good, right? No matter how kind of coaxing, what kind of convincing, I could say, all the things I would say to him, hey, this is wonderful sand. It's actually better sand than the last sand we had. You're really going to like this sand. Right? Sound familiar? Some of the things you've said to your employees on your change and stuff you've talked about, right? You're going to love it. It's going to be great. And they're like, I don't know if I'm going to love it or not, right? But don't assume because they are balking, don't assume because they're cautious before they move forward that they're against you, right? Remember that they need some time to process. We all need some time to process. So when you introduce change, okay, give them a chance to process, because every change requires my ability to make the decision, is this good change or bad change? And it takes a moment to do that. If I force them into the change and I don't give them the opportunity to make that process of good or bad for themselves, right, to really see that, and obviously I want them to choose good, right? But if I don't give them that opportunity, that time to fix that, I'm going to be facing a very uphill battle. In fact, I'm going to have to drag my employees up the hill instead of encouraging them from behind as they take the mountain for me.